Alright, welcome back Magic fans to another episode of Da Hero. You know how it goes. We dive deep into the world of Magic the Gathering, and today we're talking about cards that have been sleeping on the job. But with the right deck, these cards are ready to wake up and pack a punch. Yep, I'm talking about top 10 MTG sleeper cards. These cards are flying under the radar now, but trust me, their moment is coming. So, grab your deck lists and get ready to take notes. Let's get into it.
This video is powered by Dubby. Dubby Energy is the maker of a clean gamer energy drink to enhance focus, concentration, and reaction time with no jitters, crash, or bad ingredients. Head over to dubby.gg and use the code THEHEROES to get that 10% discount.
Starting us off at number 10, we have Guardian Project. Now I know some of you are like, but Hero, everyone knows this card is good. Hear me out though, this enchantment flies way too low on people's radar for how powerful it is. In any deck that plays creatures, which let's face it, is like 99% of commander decks, you're drawing cards for free every time a non-token hits the battlefield. It's like your creatures come with a bonus prize. And for just 4 mana, it's a steal. Keep sleeping on this card, and you'll regret it when your opponents start drawing half their deck. At number 9, we've got Throne of the God Pharaoh. I don't know why this card isn't getting more love, especially in go-wide decks. It makes your attack phase feel like a handshake, followed by a punch to the face. You just tap all your creatures during combat and boom, everyone's losing life. If you're running tokens or an aggressive swarm strategy, this card turns into a win condition out of nowhere. Trust me, it's sleeper now, but one day, people will wake up to the pain this card delivers. Next up, we've got Aetherflux Reservoir at number 8. Now, you're probably thinking, isn't this already in a bunch of life gain decks? Sure, but hear me out. This bad boy doesn't just go infinite in life gain. In any storm deck, it's a ticking time bomb. All it takes is one big spell chain, and you're sitting on 50 plus life, ready to laser your opponents out of the game. If people keep sleeping on it, they're gonna get fried by this Death Star. Coming in at lucky number 7, Spellskite. Now this is one of those cards that shows up and then disappears, but it's always lurking, waiting to ruin someone's day. This little Phyrexian beast can just sit on the battlefield and redirect spells away from your important pieces for the price of 2 life. Got a combo to protect? Spellskite has your back. Someone targeting your precious commander? Not today. For 2 mana, it's a massive headache for your opponents and could make a sneaky comeback in popularity. At number 6, we've got Oath of Teferi. Now, don't sleep on this enchantment if you're running Super Friends. Doubling up on your Planeswalker activations is absolute madness, but what really makes it a sleeper is how underplayed it is in any deck with even 1 or 2 Planeswalkers. Being able to blink a permanent is just icing on the cake. One day, someone's gonna realize how absurd this card is, and it's gonna skyrocket in both price and playability. Alright, halfway through, and at number 5, we've got Journey to Eternity. Flip lands are always fun, but this one, this one's spicy. You send one of your creatures to the graveyard, it flips, and boom, you now have Atzal, Cave of Eternity, a land that reanimates creatures straight from your graveyard. It's like a mini Command the Dreadhorde, but repeatable, and it fits so well in Golgari decks. Don't sleep on this journey, because you're going to love where it ends up. Number 4, coming in hot with Intruder Alarm. Now, this card has been floating around since the dawn of time, but people still don't realize its potential. It's one of the most broken combo enablers in the game. You untap all your creatures every time another creature enters the battlefield. With tokens or any creatures that generate mana when they tap, this goes infinite so fast your head will spin. Intruder Alarm has been lurking in the shadows for too long, and I think its time in the spotlight is coming soon. Sliding into number 3 is Zada, Hedron Grinder. People underestimate this card because it looks weird, but in any red spell slinger deck, Zada turns into an absolute engine. Imagine casting a spell like Expedite on one of your creatures, and suddenly all your creatures get to draw a card. every single one. Multiply that with other low-cost instants and Zada goes wild. You'll have more cards than you know what to do with. At number 2, we've got Torment of Hailfire. Now you may think, Hero, everyone knows this card is a house. Well, not everyone. Torment is the perfect sleeper because it sneaks up on newer players like a bad dream. X spells are always threatening, but this one gets real scary, real fast. Pay enough into it and you force your opponents into impossible choices. They either lose life, sacrifice permanents, or discard cards. It's a brutal endgame card, and I don't see enough players building around it. But one day, oh one day. And finally, coming in at number 1, the sleeper card that deserves way more hype, Swan Song. Yep, that's right. For 1 blue mana, you counter a non-creature spell and the opponent gets a 2/2 bird. Big deal, right? Except, in most situations, a random 2/2 flyer is the least of your worries. This card counters game-changing spells like Cyclonic Rift, Torment of Hailfire, or even a Doubling Season, and people barely bat an eye at it. One day, this card's gonna take over as the best counterspell for any blue deck. You heard it here first. Alright Magic fans, that wraps up our top 10 sleeper cards list. Did I miss any under the radar cards you think deserve some love? Let me know in the comments, and as always, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell for more MTG content. And who knows, maybe your favorite sleeper card will be the next big thing. Until next time, keep sleeving up those decks and crushing your opponents.